effect, okay? Make sure y'all come in and sit down and let me know if you're having a good time, okay? Because we're here for a good time. We always here for a good time, right? Right, my everyday people. Hey, check this out. We got another lit video for y'all. And this one, I don't know. I don't know if it's sad or not. It might be sad. We might see some triumph, see some, some passion. But regardless of the fact, I hope y'all have some compassion. Cause boy, the everyday people be savages. Y'all be savages in the chat. I ain't gonna lie. Okay? So show this woman some grace. Let me get my stuff together. All right, everyday people, let's get into the video now.
To talk about some different things. And one of my story time.
It hasn't even been a full week yet. It's in 4 days. I can't talk like that. I gotta drink everything out of the straw. I have random times of me just drooling on myself. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm taking it very well. Self-esteem is very fucking low. The mental health is not good. It hasn't even been a full week yet. The fact that I was just in a relationship for almost a year and now I'm single. Look at my face. It's crazy to me. When a motherfucker say a couple seconds can change your life, like, I swear to God. And this is me almost 8 days of me being healed. Ladies, pay attention to them red flags, okay? Like, and it's crazy because the nigga that did this to me, I would have never thought. Like, that was not Big Baby. That was not. I used to tell people, oh, he's so sweet. He's so sweet. He's so sweet. He'll never do that to me. Niggas be never evering. I swear to God. The fact that I was just in a relationship. It's been about 3 weeks. My face is healing dramatically fast. Like, the doctor was shocked as fuck. But this is just a testament in a moment. Just to let all y'all fuck ass niggas know. Can't nothing stop me. Tried to fuck up my face, so I'm still that. It's been about 3 weeks. My face.
She said she's still that.
Alright guys, so I know it's been a couple days, so I am going to go ahead and do the story time on how my boyfriend bit my lips off and I had to get reconstructive surgery. So for people that didn't see my video that had went viral a couple days ago, this situation did take place back in March. I may have to break it up in a couple parts, so please bear with me, as this is something that I am still physically healing from, emotionally healing from, so please bear with me. Okay, so boom. Me and my ex, we had been together for about 10 months. This isn't a stranger. I've been knowing him since high school, and I graduated in 2014, so we've been knowing each other for a good chunk of time. For the people that was asking me and want to know if there was like past abuse or if this is something that I have been going through with him, no. This is not anything that I have been going through with him. However, there were red flags, and I will discuss that during this story time. Okay, so it all took place back in March on the 17th. We had decided that we were going to go to his hometown. His family was having like a get-together, and he wanted me to go down there and meet his side of the family and meet all of the friends that he grew up with. So we were going to stay down there 2 days. I had ended up getting a rental and a hotel room, and we drove down there, and we were going to stay down there for 2 days and come back. So I packed up me and my 2 dogs and him, and we headed down there. It's about 2 hours away from where I currently stay at now. And just to give you some context, yeah, we had been together for 10 months. He was living with me at the time. And he had been living with me for a while. He actually, ironically, became homeless a few months into us starting to mess with each other. The only reason why I'm giving y'all these little details is because it's all going to tie into the story. So we go down there the first day. It was good vibes. Like, I met his family that I had never seen in person. I met some of his friends that I had never met. We chilled with some of the friends that I have met. And everything was copacetic. So we stayed down there the first day. And everything took place on the second day. And I feel like it was like little signs and stuff telling me not to go down here, but I still went. Anyways, not anything that he did, but for instance, they were supposed to be having like a little family get together. They decided the day of us coming down there that they weren't going to have it on that particular day. However, the rental was already paid for, the hotel room was already booked, so we just decided, hell, it's only 2 hours away. Might as well go down there and see your family. So we went. So again, on the second day, we wake up. I go meet his best friend. His best friend that he's been friends with since he was 8 years old. We go out to eat. We have a good time. We decided that because we had drove down there straight after work and we hadn't really gotten a lot of sleep, that after we had went to eat, we were going to go back to the crib, take a nap, and then we were going to get up and we were going to chill with everybody because it was going to be our last night down there. And we were kind of rushing for time because both of us had to be to work the next day. Like the day that we were coming back, we had to be to work. So boom, we go out to eat. We have a good, dinner. And then we go back to the room and we lay down. When we wake up, we decided that we were going to go drink with his aunt. And then we were going to go chill with his other homeboy. We're going to call this homeboy B. So we end up waking up. We go chill with his aunt. No, I do want to give y'all a couple little, tips. First of all, when we came down there, we were only down there for 2 days. We had 2 bottles. The first bottle got gone the first day. We had shared that bottle with maybe 5 other people. So that bottle was gone. We had the second bottle. So when we got to his aunt crib, I told him, like, hey, being that we have multiple places that we're going, it's probably not the best idea to drink this whole bottle at your aunt's house. But of course, that shit went in one ear and out the other. The whole bottle got drunk at his aunt crib. It was good vibes. We was all laughing, playing games, doing what we do.
Alcohol.
So his aunt is like, oh, I got this other bottle that I forgot about. Let's open that up. And I told him, I'm like, hey, I don't want us to get too drunk. Like, let's pace ourselves because we still have another place we have to go. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't care at all. He got fucked up. He was drunk as hell. Mind you, I am the only licensed driver. The rental is in my name. So he decided that he did not want to go chill with homeboy B. He wanted to go chill with homeboy A. I have to give y'all a little backstory on homeboy A. Homeboy A got a baby mama. I had met the baby mama before. We had like FaceTime with each other. We done talked to each other on the phone prior to me meeting her in person. When I met her in person on day 1, she was cool. Everything was fine. She was kind of standoffish for real, because she was in her room. But from what I seen, she was cool. Now, the second day, the first thing we did is went over to homeboy's A house. Okay? I know homeboy A. Homeboy A has spent the night at my house before. He's came to our hometown. So I've had a history with homeboy A. He's cool. However, the second day I came there, the baby mama was a little off. And the reason why I say this is because the way that she was acting was off. How she was dressed was off. And I just kind of got weird vibes from her. And when we left homeboy's A house that morning of the second day, I told my boyfriend at the time, I said, hey, I don't think that we should go back over here. The reason why I say that we shouldn't have gone back over there is because homeboy A, baby mama, and my boyfriend at the time had a history with each other prior to us being in a relationship.
Okay.
And my boyfriend told me that him and homeboy A fell out a few years ago because homeboy A baby mama and my boyfriend at the time was fucking on the low. Yeah, yeah. So I already was side eyeing her, anyways, because you have a past with my ex on some shady shit. You cheated on your
Mm,
boyfriend with his best friend. So I'm already looking at you sideways. And on top of that, he's not the only homeboy that she's had sex with.
damn.
Keep it a buck. And I don't care if anybody from my hometown see my story time and they get mad at what I'm about to say. But she confessed to my ex boyfriend that she slept with homeboy A biological brother. So that's the context that I want to give you. She was a hoe. But somehow we ended up at homeboy A's house. We were supposed to go to homeboy B house, but somehow we ended up at homeboy's A house after we left the aunt crib. I was upset about it because I feel like as a woman, I've already expressed to you that I'm not comfortable, and you're putting me in a fucking uncomfortable situation while both of us are is under the influence. Now, I wasn't drinking as much as him, but I still had some alcohol in my system, so it's like you're putting me in a weird spot. So, we pull up to the crib. I tell him how I feel. He's not really like giving a fuck about what I'm saying. So I'm starting to get a little irritated, and of course we start arguing. Guys, I'm so sorry. My time is running out. Give me a second for part two. All right, guys. Y'all been on my neck in the comments. Okay, I had to work. I had to get some money. All right, so story time part two on how my ex-boyfriend bit off my lips and I had to get reconstructive surgery. So we were at the part of us pulling up to homeboy A's house. Now I do see a lot of comments, so I do want to clear some things up. So I did mention that I was the only licensed driver between me and him. However, I live in North Carolina. So 90% of the people I know drives and they don't have license. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. So yes, he was driving only because I have bad eyes. If you scroll down my TikTok, you'll see I wear glasses in a lot of my videos. And we were in a very rural part of the state that I live in. It was barely any street lights, and we got deers. So he was the one that was driving when we were in his hometown. So when we were going to homeboy A's house, I did not know where we were going. I was assuming that we were going to homeboy B's house until we turned on their little street because they live in a weird area. I knew that we were going to homeboy A's house. So another thing that I want to clear up before I get into this, I know that you guys are on my neck in the comments about me calling that girl a hoe. And she is a hoe, and I'm going to tell you guys why I think she's a hoe. So, mind you, homeboy A, baby mama, slept with my ex-boyfriend, but that is not the only homeboy she slept with. She slept with my ex-boyfriend 2 years prior to me and him getting into a relationship. Less than a year ago, she confessed to my ex-boyfriend that she had sex with homeboy B. Now, I'm about to gag y'all. Homeboy A and Homeboy B are biological brothers with the same mother and father. So if this girl can have relations with my ex and the brother, you got to be a hoe. What else qualifies you? So when we pull up to the house, I immediately let him know that, why are we here? I don't want to be here. However, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like to get into it. So instead of me just like saying, "Hey, let's go," I said, "Hey, I understand that you don't get the opportunity to see your homeboys a lot because y'all stay so far away from each other. So what I'll do is I'll stay in the car and you can go in there and, chill. I'll take me a nap." He did not like that. He wanted me to go in the house. He wanted me to be in the mix. And I just didn't feel like that was fair to me. I felt like he was being very inconsiderate. So it definitely did start an argument. We were arguing for maybe about 10 minutes. Mind you, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We in a little country ass town. It's not a lot of people that live in that area. So apparently when we got out the car, because I finally just said, you know what, I'll be the bigger person and I'll go in here and, I'll do whatever. I'll play that role. Apparently we were so loud in the car that they heard us in their house because we was parked on the side. So when we got out to knock on the door, he was already like opening the door and greeting us. And when he opened the door, he was like, nah, pretty much y'all can go back home. Which I thought that was kind of fucked up. I thought it was fucked up because homeboy A, as I stated in my first part, I know him. He's slept at my house before. He's actually slept at my house several times before because he was too intoxicated. He couldn't drive back to his house, so I let him spend the night. So I thought that was kind of weird, that he was just shooing us away. But nevertheless, I digress. I understand they got kids. So I didn't argue. I didn't fight it. I turned around and I looked at my ex and I said, hey, let me get the keys. This is where shit started to get weird. So I tell him, let me get the keys. He doesn't want me to drive for some odd reason. For the people asking in the comments, yes, I paid for the hotel room and I paid for the rental. Yes, I'm a dumb bitch. I get it. Okay? I was stupid. So me and him is arguing about who's going to drive back. At this point, we're probably about maybe 8 feet apart from each other. He's standing on one side of the car. I'm standing on the other. And as we're arguing, he's making his way around the car to the passenger door. And I'm still probably about like 3 feet back from the passenger door. So I'm not right up on the car. So it gets to a point where we kind of like standing face to face. Now, at this point, the argument has gotten past who's driving home. Now we're saying things to hurt each other. I know I probably said some things to hurt him. Not anything personal, but probably things that I was feeling because, yes, as I stated, I paid for the rental. I paid for the room. When we had first agreed to go down there, I was under the impression that I was going to be getting reimbursed back for half of my money, and I didn't get anything. So, yes, I probably was harboring feelings as we were going through the weekend because I'm kicking out money for food, gas, and at this point, I'm feeling like I'm being used, and I don't like that. So it gets to a point where, like I said, we standing face to face, and he runs and he charges and he throws me on the ground and he bites me in my face. Now, before he bites me in my face, we were kind of like wrestling a little bit because he got my arms pinned back, and then he bit me in my face. I'm screaming. Of course, naturally, I am trying to get him up off of me. But at the end of the day, he is a man. And I'm not a huge woman. Like, I probably got weight on him. But height-wise, he is taller than me. So he is kind of overpowering me. So as he's biting me, I'm confused because I don't know what's going on. I finally get to the point where I push him off. And when I push him off, I tell him, I'm about to you. And I meant it. Fun fact, again, I stay in North Carolina. I'm licensed to carry. I feel like my life is in danger. So now's the perfect time for me to use my protection. So sorry, guys. My time is about to run out. All right, guys. Y'all is not letting me live, okay? I'm doing it before I go to work. So here we are. Part 3 of my ex-boyfriend biting off my lips, and I had to get reconstructive surgery. All right, so at this point, like I said, I'm feeling like my life is in danger. He just finished biting me. I was able to push him off of me, so he's kind of like on the side of me. And I just let him know, hey, I'm about to you. So at this point, he's trying to get up off the ground, and I had my purse strapped around the side of me. So I end up reaching on the side to retrieve what I'm about to retrieve. So I retrieve it. As I'm retrieving it, because you got to understand everything is moving really fast. As I retrieve it, he's getting up and I fire. Mind you, it's pitch black dark. So as he's getting up to run into the direction of the house, I fire again, but it jams. So I'm not in my right mind. As I said, everything is running pretty fast. So I'm just trying to just click, 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 click. Ain't nothing working. So I'm getting upset. As I'm doing that, I'm also walking up to where, the house is at. I jiggle the doorknob, it's locked. I try to kick it down, it's locked. At this point, the baby mama and homeboy A is looking at me and they like, oh my God, your face. I feel my face throbbing, but I'm not realizing that I got blood gushing and running down my face. I feel defeated. Ain't nobody try to help me. Ain't nobody try to break anything up. again, I am in an area where I don't know anybody at. And my ex had went to prison for poking up his own brother. And I know that it's a lot of red flags, y'all. And with me even just saying that out loud, it sounds crazy. But I did not feel like I was in a safe spot. And my protection is now not working. It's jammed. So I end up finding the keys on the ground and I end up leaving from that area. Now, a lot of y'all are going to ask me, Keisha, why didn't you call the law? Why didn't you call 12? As a black woman living in North Carolina that has dealt with DV before in the past, not in this relationship, but in the past, I don't feel safe calling them. At this point, in an area where I don't know where I'm at, my dogs is in a hotel. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm okay. So I'm speeding back to the hotel. I pack up my dogs. As I'm packing up my dogs, I'm going back and forth in and out of the hotel. I see his friend A car like coming in and looking like they about to try to pull behind my car. So I hurry up. I kick it in second gear and I get everything in the car. They tried to pull up beside me and say something, but at this point, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you have. I don't feel safe. Now, I did let the front desk lady know what happened, so that they can be able to call the law, because at this point, I'm losing a lot of blood, y'all. Like, I'm losing a lot of blood. At this point, I'm now sitting down in a point, I'm sitting in my car, I'm able to, like, pull the mirror down and really assess my face. My whole lip right here was hanging off. This whole piece right here was missing. He bit 3 centimeters of my lip off. Like he took a chunk of my lip off and this whole piece right here was hanging down. So I'm like, I'm just so devastated at this point. I did call my mother. I was actually on the phone with my mother as I was, finished packing up. She immediately told me to come back home. She like, hey, come back home ASAP so we can go to the hospital and report him. So I go to the hospital. Of course, in the state of North Carolina and probably a lot of states, anytime you come into the hospital with a severe injury, they're going to get the police involved. So I was able to, do a report there at the hospital. And the hotel lady did have a detective from the area where he's at to call me. Now, I do want to let y'all know something. He's not in jail. Sorry to ruin y'all. He's not in jail. As bad as he should be in jail, he's not. And I'm going to tell you why. As I stated in part 1, he had been living with me for 10 months. Prior to him living with me, he was living with somebody else. Prior to that, he was living, like, this man was a homosexual, y'all, and I did not know. The reason that he's not in jail is because can't nobody find him. As I said in part 1, he had been living with me for 10 months. Prior to that, he was living with somebody else. So the address that he had on his license was not a valid address. They are still pursuing charges for him, but they can't find him. However, there is an order set in place to where he cannot contact me. We cannot be in the same area. He's blocked on all social medias, all platforms, but nobody can find him. But I do know going forward, that is a situation that I would never, ever turn around and deal with again. And I wanted to put my story out here for the young ladies. When you see those red flags, please be better than me and leave at the first instant. At the first red flag, leave. And I did also make a comment about him going to prison, about another situation with his brother. He had made it seem like to me that he was protecting his mother. Like his brother was trying to attack his mother, and that's why he poked up his brother. So that's the reason why I didn't look at him crazy when he told me that. But this is my story time. Y'all been on my neck for it. So here it go. It did displace me out of work for a while, but I am back in my job. As y'all can see, I'm healing pretty good. I still go through pain. This whole part of my lip is, a replacement. They had to take this skin from somewhere else. So this is still healing. There are still days where I am still in a lot of pain, and they told me that it's probably going to take a full year before I'm able to, fully get back to myself. For anybody that might got some products about any scar removal or anything like that, please let me know because I'm definitely interested. And unfortunately, guys, my life is crazy. So this isn't the first time that I have encountered a psycho. So if you guys want to rock with me, y'all want some more story times, just let me know. I'll provide it for you.
Oh, what to do, everyday people, man? Shout out to from downtown, man. He says want to bet $100 she breaks the no contact order. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm just going from my experience with watching her video is that she probably won't go back to him, but she has a history of dating violent men. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is like, look, if y'all want to be out here continuously dating, you know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson's punching up on you, biting your lips, or who else? Who else a good? Oh, so there's a few of them. Diddy's, Diddy's, those nice guys pay for everything. Oh, this guy wasn't paying for nothing. He wasn't paying for nothing. He lived totally free. He went on this whole trip. Said, "Yeah, baby, let's go back to my hometown. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a holiday. I go half." Hey, girls be like, "I ain't going 50-50." This is why they want to go 50-50. Because they be going 100. Okay. Ooh-wee. I hate to laugh at her pain, but boy, I ain't really laughing at her pain. All I'm saying is, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Thunder in five. Okay, that's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Going to the finals, baby. But yeah, this situation, she say another thing she said is look out for the red flags. You don't really know what red flags is until after the red flags. You know what I mean? Until after the red flags, you don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So it's like to say, girls, you see red flags, leave. Man, y'all girls get with women, these dudes, and dudes be fighting other people all the time, or they be drinking all the time, or just doing stuff. But see, y'all be so in the moment that y'all don't even think that a man drinking all the time every day, y'all don't think that that's bad. So that's not really a red flag. Or if a guy smoke all the time, or if a guy never want to bring you around his family, or if a guy treat his mom bad, y'all don't know because y'all be like, he be like, man, he be like, she was a bitch. She was to treat me and my little brothers like dirt, or she on crack or something. Not knowing she probably ain't none of that, or she probably is on some of that, but she done changed and turned a new leaf, but he still treat her mama bad. But you don't see that as a red flag until he start to treat you bad. You be like, man, I should have never trusted a dude who treated his own mama bad. So the red flag thing is like, you got to be like, you can't just leave a guy off the red flag because you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is until you sit back and think. Because if you analyze everything as a red flag, this is what people do hindsight. People hindsight, they be like, oh, here's the first red flag. Here's the second red flag. but you missed every one of them. And so you telling people, look out for this, look out for this. Everybody ain't got that, and everybody ain't got those situations. So then they looking for the situation that you was in and missing the red flags is hitting them right in the face. So all I'm saying is she didn't know that this was gonna happen. She didn't know dude was gonna be stupid and drunk and crazy and fight and bite her lip off. She didn't know that, or she wouldn't have been in a relationship. She would have left. And when she say she ignored the red flags, no, you didn't. He didn't pay for one thing, and you still went on the trip. You should have said, you know what? No, no, no. Not only that, you. This is how y'all say y'all ignore red flags. He slept with friend A's baby mama, who also slept with friend B, who is the biological brother, full mom and dad, brother of friend A, and y'all still went to go stay in the house? Even though you said, I don't want to do this, you still did it. And you should have been like, look, you know what? This ain't it. So I'm going to leave. I got a hotel, right? I thought you paid for a hotel. Why are y'all sleeping at these people's house? But whatever. It don't matter. That's neither here nor there. Because then she can come back and say, well, we didn't sleep at the house because we was drinking. No. See, that's why I don't, when I go different certain places, I don't drink that much because I know I got somewhere to go. And then not only that, when I go out, I don't want to get punched in the face. So I got to stay on alert just in case somebody's tripping. Just in case a dude want to go to his car and pop the trunk on somebody, and my black ass got to duck and run. You can't duck and run when you're drunk because your stupid ass gonna be running straight up, thinking that you gonna get away, and then you running slow. You think you running fast, and you running slow because you drunk, and then you trip over a damn water spout in the ground because they like to water their ground in the night, and you running through it, and the water spout sticking up because they just turned the water off, so the grass all wet. You trip over it, you go face first into the grass. Now you got grass stains and everything on you. You wet, and you possibly got a bullet in your ass because you was running slow. And that's just I say all that to say that you know don't be getting drunk outside around other people. Don't get too drunk. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Drink at home, drink in a hotel, like go to the bar downstairs and drink. And then when they say last call, you buy like 10 shots. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, I don't know. Maybe I'm different, but I ain't stupid. So this lady, this was a great story time. We got another story time coming up tomorrow. Everyday people, I appreciate y'all coming through again. Another successful night, another great story time. Shout out to Kezi Cash on TikTok. Y'all can check out Kezi Cash. She did get her lip. She ain't a bad looking woman. She just chooses stupid people. I mean, she chooses the dumbest of the dumbest. But like I said, it may be growing pains. It may be, I don't know. Maybe she used to toxicity when she see it and she think it's nothing until later on. I don't know. But not a bad person. Y'all check out her TikTok commentary. And we're gonna keep it lit from there, man. Everyday people, hey, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. We got another exciting video tomorrow morning. Please tune in because it's definitely going down. This lady is clocking T like that. You know how the girls be like this? Like, clock that T, clock that T. I was like, oh, this is what they mean by clocking that T because she got that check. Okay? Everyday people like, comment, and subscribe. And I will holler at y'all later. Okay? Peace.